Hey everybody, it's Rob here. The Season 6 expansion PTR is ending today. While there might still be a lot of changes coming for the final Vessel Fate release in October, I still wanted to make a video here showing you the best and probably also the most broken builds of the current PTR. So let's get started. We have on number 5 here the Necromancer. There's also going to be planners below. This is the Blood Wave Bone Spirit Necromancer here. You can see here hitting for billions and billions, and Bone Spirit has pretty much been dominating the Necromancer meta for a long time, and it keeps getting buffs, and this patch is no exception. In Season 6 it looks like the Bone Wave is going completely crazy, combination with the Bone Spirit. So the Bone Wave basically just enables the Bone Spirit, and you see how many there are. Like, it's basically like a wave of blood going towards the enemies, destroying everything here. And this is in a Pit 100, which is currently the highest tier variable on the PTR and equal to 200 on live. Now, I think there is going to be a lot of changes coming forward, and I don't think that builds are supposed to speed clean these highest pit runs that fast. But however, that is the current power level on the PTR, and look at this guy just like blast down the guys here in just a few seconds. And I think the boss kill is also no exception. He also shows all his gear at the end. You see here the boss kill, like this thing is hitting for billions and billions. There are 10 billion hit, and it just goes crazy. Like, this is a Pit 100 boss, and this is not a demon. So the Air of Perdition Uber Unique has a bug right now where it's doing double damage to demons. And this guy here is not a demon, and he still manages to take down this entire pit in 3 minutes. And this is the clear here. I also check out Blurosity. I'm going to put his channel below as well. Great Necromancer guy here, and he also shared the planners here that we have here. So basically it's the Blood Wave here enabling the Bone Spirit, and you don't even need the Bone Spirit on the bar anymore. But obviously this is still like where all your damage is coming from. So super strong build, and maybe this one is not even on the chopping block, because for some reason the Bone Spirit just keeps getting buffed and all the other builds on the Necro kind of trail behind. Like, my wish list would be for Season 6 that we have some more love and more viable minion builds, but they have been nerfed a lot. The next here is actually a pretty cool one. I wasn't able to find the original creator anymore, but it's basically a druid that is shouting. So this is not in 100, but this guy is speed farming 90s, and this was like very early on the PTR. He hasn't really shared more footage, but you can see here, this is basically just a debilitating roar with the new flash renderer unique that allows him to basically deal damage here, and this has a crazy scaling with your willpower. So you stack willpower and you can just shout at the enemies, just similar to the barbarian. Basically he's just using his mighty shouts or roars to damage the enemies, and actually the damage is pretty nuts. Like, he's able to take down this 90 here in just a few seconds, and in just a few minutes, and I've seen this also do 100. So this has not been fully optimized here yet. I'm not quite sure if there's going to be any stronger Druid builds. I've not really like heard or seen that much of Druid. I believe Landslide is still decently strong, but they have nerfed the Wild Hunger boots quite a lot. But either way, this build's pretty cool, and he basically just keeps dominating and keeps shouting here until he spawns the boss. You see here, boom, 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 boom. It's like no cooldown, and he just keeps shouting. It's so funny. And this is a very close playstyle to some of the barbarian stuff, so that looks amazing. And I think the boss here is no exception. Like, he basically just keeps his range, and he doesn't even have to face the boss. He just shouts and runs around, and yeah, the boss dies. He's also showing off the gear here at the end. So you see, everything just melts. It's so funny. And I wish we had a build like this on the Barb. Like, that is definitely super cool, and boom, like, he takes down the 90 here in a few minutes. And he also shows his entire gear here. Basically, Vessel Prayer he's playing, and then the new rune words. And the weapon here is basically what makes it possible. I'm gonna let this run here for a second. Yal Yom. So still like Petrify, Autocast. And then the next piece here, this is the weapon, the Flash Render. And this is basically what makes it possible. Casting a defensive skill deals damage to nearby enemies, increased by 50x of your willpower. So with this weapon, it goes completely crazy. It gives you a big multiplier. And he didn't even have, look at this, he only had a 750 item power. So it can still be improved to be 800 item power. And that's a very cool and funny build here. And I think he's playing Totem, Starless Sky. And then the Bolts Chieftain. This is Usually reserved for the barbarians, but now it is on the druids. And they're having a ton of fun with it. Here. Whenever you cast a shout, its cooldown is reduced. So they took this item from the barbs, and now they're dominating on it. So yeah, this is the raw druid. Truly cool when you're fully scaling willpower. And then one honorable mention on the druid here is the new key passive, Companion Druid. Look, this guy here, basically fully AFK cleaning Lilith. Like, look at the hungry wolves, they just eat it. And he's playing with the new uber unique chest, where he's just completely in stealth mode. So Lilith basically can't target this guy at all. And just as the pack leader here, the wolves just eat the Lilith for breakfast. They're very hungry, look at them, they look super cool. And I would love to see more of these companion stuff. I'm not sure how strong this is going to be in pits, but look at this boss kill. Like, he basically not doing anything. And those wolves, man, they just eat Lilith alive. And this is on world tier Torment 4, hardest difficulty. So yeah, that's a pretty cool kill. I'm also going to link that below. Then we have a crazy tech here on the new Dance of Knives rogue. This is the spin to win rogue, probably one of the strongest builds in the PTR and probably one of the strongest builds in the new season, because people just love the spin to win playstyle. This one here is from M1PI Mippy, and he's been speed farming this pit 100 with this build. Obviously there's quite some broken mechanics with the Victimize, so I've made this screenshot here where my own Victimize was actually hitting for 10,000% weapon damage. And I really love how they reworked Victimize yet again. It was like useless, then it was completely powerful, then it was useless, and now it's completely powerful again. I hope they can find a good middle ground, but the base principle of Victimize, where you deal damage on lucky hit, I think is really cool, and they should keep the spin to win rogue playstyle is amazing. And this is actually shaping out to be one of the coolest and most fun builds that I'm looking forward to play come Season 6, obviously after Spiritborn, after playing Barb, but this is basically as close to Barb as it gets. You see, you have Warcry on the bar, you have Whirlwind equipped, and there's also some technology to get 4 weapon slots on this on this Barbarian rogue here. So that's pretty cool build, and he just takes down this pit 100 here, actually with ease. And I think he also shows the boss fight here at the end, like everything just basically melts. And I think the boss, like, this has incredible boss damage, like when you have stagger. Like, look at this boss fight here. This is also a demon though, so this won't always be the case, but boom. Like, the boss dies on pit 100 in one stagger. That's completely crazy. So yeah, Victimize is going nuts with the rogue. Again, planners, I'm gonna link below. Then we have Mekuna here. So, big Sorcerer Blaster. Playing the Lightning Spear Sorcerer. The best build of last season is still, like, yes, also Roxy's Lightning, Chain Lightning build, but this revolves around some bugged lucky hit interactions. I think this Lightning Spear build is the one build that is basically not bugged and completely overpowered. Like, this basically, Mekuna makes the pit 100 here look like a full speedrun. So it goes completely crazy. Like, I think he also kills the boss in one stagger. I don't know why the quality is that bad in this video. But you can see how crazy it goes here. Just speed farming the pit 100 with ease. And I think there's also the boss kill right here. So he just spawns the boss here in under 2 minutes. That's pretty wild. And it's pretty much the old build with some tweaks. We'll see where the final balancing lands. I'm going to link the planner below anyways. But you see here, this boss is also a demon. So once he gets staggered, this sorcerer just completely eats him for breakfast too. And with that, the Hive Master here goes down, and pit 100 goes down with it. So this is a Lightning Spear Sorcerer, completely crazy. And then obviously coming in on number 1, most broken, most overpowered build right now is the Whirlwind Barb. I think you can truly say that this one like has actually, you see these little 8 numbers here. This is not 8 damage, it's literally an infinity sign. So this Barbarian does so much damage that the game can't even comprehend it anymore. I think it's a 39-digit number. It's with the barbed card paste that has basically an accumulation bug that just keeps stacking up. And you can see here, like, this completely one-shots pit 100. And we're also clearing it here, I think, in under 2 minutes. You see here, this is like 155, and the pit is done. Basically hitting this boss for million, billion, 3.4 trillion damage. And yeah, that's completely, basically speed farming everything here on the pits. I have a separate video that I made 2 days ago. I'm going to link that below. And yeah, this one obviously will change a lot, but it was cool on the PTR to you know, see like a Woven build in action. There's actually some good alternatives as well. I'm right now in the game here on the new weapon throw barb, and I've also cleared 100 with this. I'm gonna make a separate video. There's basically a new setup here that you can play, where you're basically like blasting overpowers all the time here, and your mighty throw actually snapshots the overpower for the pulses as well. So we're getting a lot of overpower procs with this one here, and hitting for up to 500 million, and we are hitting very fast, and we are maintaining our fury. And this build is not bugged at all, and it also clears 100. So pretty cool stuff. But yeah, the most broken one right now again is this barbed catapash here. And if you combine it with massive ranks in Tough as Nails, you get to see this craziness here. That is the Barbarian right now. So obviously, guys, tier lists and everything will shift quite a lot, because there's a lot of bugs, a lot of broken mechanics on the PTR. I will make an updated list at some point. I just wanted to make this, like, you know, list right after or right when the PTR is ending, for you to give you a sense of like what is basically completely broken right now, and what is still kind of working and still kind of, like, you know, within limits. But yeah, right now my class ranking would be, I mean, like, expecting some nerfs. I think Barbarian and Necro are kind of on the last slot in terms of power level, if bugs are fixed. Then we're gonna have the Necromancer, probably the Druid probably on the third last slot. Like, so I would say Barb is last, then it's Necro, then it's Druid, then it's the Sorcerer right now. It has Lightning Spear and Chain Lightning, like some broken interactions. But overall, I think the Rogue comes in at number 1 right now. It has the most versatile of builds. It has many, many viable builds on the Rogue. And I think it is the strongest class heading into Season 6. But yeah, then comes the wild card, the Spiritborn. We have no idea like how crazy stuff will get on the Spiritborn in the end. And there's been certainly some crazy builds. We have also the planner now updated here. I haven't tried like making the Spiritborn planners after we have played it on Gamescom that much, but we also have the full Paragon boards here on the Spiritborn now in the planner. So you can basically start and go cooking here with the new Spiritborn. There's all the uniques, everything is updated, and yeah, I think Rogue is number 1 right now, but I'm pretty certain that Spiritborn is gonna take the cake here, especially reading, like, you know, some of these crazy Paragon nodes and some of these crazy items that have been data mined, where you're getting like +10 to all skills. We don't know if it's true yet 100%, but those items are in the game, so they are at least toying with the idea of introducing some of these mighty weapons here. I think you can see this one here, the Herald unique glaive here. +10 to all skills, +6 to Apex, +6 to diminishment. So this one will go completely crazy. And then we also have the Spirit Hall, the Spirit Boons, and then you can combine this with the new runes here. So who knows how crazy that'll be. I'm also expecting like a big rework on a lot of these runes, especially to the Warcry rune, the Om rune, and also to the Petrify rune. Like, these two are just dominating the meta. Yom and Om, like those two that rhyme, are pretty overpowered at the moment. But we'll see what's gonna happen. Make sure to update you with a bunch of tier lists when the Vessel of Fate launches here in October. This is just an early look, and there's a lot of broken stuff. We will see what we will get out of here. Hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. Log in, I'll see you soon. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.